found you. The Blood Knight tragedy.
Hello again, Jonathan. To what do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
Sorry to disturb you again, but could you spare me a few minutes?
Of course, my dear. Always a pleasure to speak with you.
Do you think we shall ever see better days? Or at least, better nights?
I know not, Jonathan. I have seen some horrid days in my long lifetime. Experience has taught me that one cannot outrun the fates.
When all of this is over, the war and the epidemic, we could leave the city for a while. Travel around Europe, you and I.
Traveling is always so complicated for us poor creatures of the night. But yes, I would be glad to travel the world with you, my dear.
Will you tell me your story one day, Lady Ashbury?
One of them, perhaps. I have had so many lives, Jonathan. Eternity may not be enough to relate them all.
Wow.
Concerning your investigation,
Yes?
are you truly seeking to identify my maker?
I cannot promise you anything, but yes. I am conducting some research of my own.
Do you know if the epidemic has affected many people in the West End?
I confess I've been more concerned by events in the East End. The wealthy have more efficient ways of dealing with infection.
But this is no common epidemic.
That is true. I must tell my daughter to stay at home for a few days. But the girl is stubborn and fiercely independent. Much like her mother.
Wow, you have a daughter.
Goodbye, Elizabeth.
Oh. Wow. That's kind of cool. I like that. She even got like a bedroom, or
It's locked.
it's kind of weird. Alright, time to go. Where am I going? I assume he's in the East End, right? Shit. So yeah, it's these two. It might be up here. It might be the oh, here. That might be like a mansion. Yeah.
So, time to visit the Ascalon Club. It's locked, all right.
Yay, I made it. I thought I did. I'm not in pain anymore.
Recognize it? No. This one ain't on our list. Well, that's one less anyway. Make the home happy.
That was the vampire I saw earlier. This war takes no prisoners. I cannot enter.
Ah, I'm on the edge of the West End. you despise the poison that kills you in an instant? And so ended the game. Oh, chuff me. Instant KO.
Get them weapons ready! I found one! I hear leeches. This one!
Ow. It kills.
All of you bloody leeches need killing. I'll kill it to all you pieces.
Ow.
I'll send you to hell.
Nice. I only took it twice. Did it on the third try. I mean, that was the first try. Yeah. Equals threat.
It's locked, all right.
Bum bum bum.
The West End. Never have I felt so sad to be back home.
Alright. Oh! Ow! Who was giving me the poison gas? What the hell? This game's too hard now. I feel like I want to sleep every 2 seconds now to increase my level every time I gain experience. But if I do that, I'm literally going to lose everything. Like, everyone's going to be dead. Come on then. What do you mean no? Jesus. Ow. Everything is so much stronger now. Everything makes me feel so weak. I wonder whether that's the secure zone. Where's the hideout here somewhere? The hell? Reid's mansion. Nice. No. There we go. That got very confusing.
Mother, good evening.
Johnathon! Is it you? Where have you been, my prodigal son?
How the hell did she get home safely?
I'm finally home.
Yes, but this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and now found. But where is your sister? Where is Mary?
Mary? She She is gone, Mother.
I know she's gone. The question is, when will she return as you have? I miss my grandson so much. It's been days since their last visit.
Wow, I need hints to talk to my own
Mother, do you know what's been going on in this area?
Not really. I don't go out much due to the epidemic, and when I do, I tend to get lost.
What do you mean you get lost? I hope you don't go outside alone.
Of course not. When I go out, your father always comes with me, but he leaves me there sometimes, and I have trouble finding the way back.
Have you returned to Whitechapel Cemetery since Mary's funeral?
I never want to go back to that awful place. Wait. I think I went back once. And you were there too. And Mary? No, that can't be true.
It was just a bad dream, Mother.
A nightmare, yes. Mary was so angry. I walked back home alone. If that kind policeman had not called Avery
How
from the
come
station,
she gets past all
I
the
don't know what would
blocked
have
doors
happened.
and things, but I can't, huh? Doesn't make sense.
Do you need anything, Mother? Can I help you?
I just want you to stay with me, Jonathan. Your room is ready. I asked Avery to make your bed.
I'll stay as long as I can, I promise. Do you need anything else?
Just one
That's it
thing.
now, I'm just gonna stay
Stop
with my mum,
staring at
and
me
that's
like
the end
that.
of the game.
As much as I love you, it breaks my heart to look at those empty and dead eyes.
Wow.
Are you working on a new painting?
Not recently. I have trouble focusing on my subject, and my mind quickly drifts. It's the same thing when I try to write poetry.
I recently met a talented painter with an excellent technique. I wish you two could meet. I'm sure you'd like her.
I'd be glad to meet her. What is her name? Is she famous? Is she dead too?
She's not famous, and her name is
Wait, does she know I'm dead?
And yes, she is also dead.
The important thing is,
At what point
I
did we
hope
establish?
you two get along. If she ever fancies meeting your mother, I'd be glad
At what
to
point
welcome
did
her
she
into
speak?
my
He
home.
speak to his mum and go, "Yes, I am now a vampire." So, how does she know?
Why do you say Mary is visiting you, Mother? You know that's impossible.
Why should it be? Are you not standing in front of me right now? Why should it be any different with your sister?
But Mary really is dead, Mother.
Yes. And are you not dead too? Isn't your father dead? And my grandson? And my son-in-law? You're all gone. But you all still visit me from time to time.
But I'm not dead, Mother. I'm really here, talking to you,
Oh,
trying not to cry.
Oh, it breaks my heart to have to tell you this. But of course you're dead, my darling boy.
it wasn't.
Just look
She's
at
just
you.
old and
As pale as my Mary.
a bit mad.
Do you need my medical attention, Mother?
I'm all right, son. Don't worry about me.
Goodbye, Mother. Try to rest now.
Goodbye, son. Please come back soon.
No, I can see into these rooms, but I can't go into them. In my own chuffing house.
I remember Sunday walks in the park. Good evening, Avery.
Mr. Jonathan, I can't believe my own eyes. Oh, it's a miracle. We all thought you were... Oh, sir, your poor sister. What a tragedy.
I know, Avery. I know about my sister's murder.
Miss Reid expected you to return to assist with the funeral, right up until the last minute. Where have you been, Mr. Jonathan? We needed you here.
How is my mother?
Not well, I'm afraid, sir. Miss Reid is very fragile since the police brought her back home.
The police? What happened?
Miss Reid was found walking in the streets. She kept saying she had spoken with her son and daughter. She's resting now.
Has she received appropriate medical care?
I'm taking care of Miss Reid myself. Hospitals are so overwhelmed by the epidemic that they can only accept patients infected by influenza.
Perhaps we could... arrange a short trip. Somewhere sunny, like France. She has always been very fond of France. I think leaving London could do her good.
I'm afraid Miss Reid is too frail for the moment. Recently, she started going out at night without remembering it. I have to watch her carefully.
What is the situation in this part of town?
For a time, the West End seemed spared by the epidemic. But the situation is getting much worse.
Have you no relatives anywhere? I'll understand if you want to take a few days to see family.
Your father managed to guarantee my earnings as long as I take care of this house, sir. My sisters are dead, and I've never met my nephews. I'll stay, sir.
Avery has been paid to take care of the Reid family until his last breath. Wow. No. I could actually kill my mother. Wow.
I'm sorry I could not be here for Mary's funeral.
Your mother was strong, sir, but your support would have been appreciated. Apart from the priest and I, no one else attended your sister's funeral.
To be present at the funeral with you both was my dearest wish, Avery. But I'm sorry, I simply could not attend.
I would not dare to question your absence, Mr. Jonathan. All I can say is that we missed you a great deal during these difficult days.
Do you need medical attention, Avery?
Thank you, but I'm all right, sir.
Goodbye, Avery. Please watch over my mother until I return.
Of course, Mr. Jonathan, but please return as soon as possible.
A silver fork. So very quiet.
You cannot win this!
Okay.
How dare you interfere with my hunt!
Ow. Oh my god. Jesus. Some of these guys are chipping insane. They just appear in front of me and knock me to the floor and kill me in one hit. Did I not have full health there or something? Or you taking the mickey? Like, where the hell did this guy come from? He just appeared. Come on then, mate.
Are you
Bitch. Oh, fucking Jesus. What? I can't even see. My lord. How the hell?
Don't you know better?
What the hell?
This is my territory.
Whoa. What the hell even are you? This is insane.
Stupid newborn.
I am hitting you with everything I have and it's doing nothing. Leave me alone. My god.
Don't you know better?
Oh shit.
Your prey is mine now.
This is a good game.
Stupid newborn.
What is this guy? No, it's impossible. Physically impossible. I cannot beat him. Impossible. Can't be done. Physically cannot be done. I'm smacking and hacking away at this fuckface and nothing's working. Right, let's get a gun out and shoot him with a gun and see if a gun can take him out. I mean, it's a... What? I'm just bewildered. Ah, no bullets. Yeah, wicked. Right, come on, you little shit. Jesus! No! No! Don't have time for you. Fudge, man. Go away. Walk away. Are you serious? I went nowhere near you, you cow. Alright, boys. It's just a waste of my time. shit. Really? 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 And that doesn't affect you in the slightest. Oh, yeah, that's great, mate. He resists my bullets. How? How? What the fuck? There's no way. How? How does he not take damage? How is he not being hurt? What do I need to use to make him feel pain? This is driving me mad with her. This is absolutely balmy.
Burn it, boys!
That's the sort of damage that should be taken.
I'll kill it!
Absolute madness.
You're mine! Dark beast!
Ever since sleeping, I just feel like this game has got tenfold harder. Well, that health increase, shouldn't have bothered buying it. Bother buying it in the slightest, it's useless. Because of how powerful these things have become. It's ridiculous. Another fucking poisoner. Oh my, what the hell is that? What, you went through a building, mate? There we go. Yay! I didn't die. We have ducked to how? I physically can't fight that guy. The guy's gonna kill me. Ah, no, I assume I have to do it before I go to the next day. How do we get what? Hey? Oh, that's that. Nothing. Oh god. Ow. Oh, really?
It's locked.
Ah, beautiful rat.
This is despicable.
Right, she saw me. Oh, flip's sake.
I can't believe I'm doing this. I have this thirst for blood. This is despicable.
Go left.
The Ascalon Club, the heart of British vampire society. Not quite as subtle as I expected.
No.
Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reid. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Ekons. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte. What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reid?
She's,
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich.
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
What are you doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night, since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reid. And please, don't tell my mother.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see? And one day, I'll have my death to face.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously, and the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reid? Or you?
Of course not. You have nothing to fear from me, or your mother.
Good to know. And don't worry, my mother told me everything I need to know about vampire tricks, their nature as well as features.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reid.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How was it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
Why do you still hope to become a vampire in spite of your mother's refusal?
It's the immortal aspect of vampires that interests me. The world won't improve unless women take charge. I'm convinced of that.
You're obviously a clever woman with a good education and a brilliant future. But have you thought about the price you'd have to pay? The loneliness, the necessary masquerade.
Is it not true of every high position? To change this world and make it a better place, one needs time on one's side.
Your mother has refused to turn you into a vampire. Tell me more about it.
Each time we argue, Mother expresses the same fear. She wants me to remain alive and full of joy, rather than become melancholy and immortal. She claims you can't have one without the other. It's pure selfishness.
It's your mother's choice. As daughters and sons, we have to accept the decisions our parents make for us despite our own wishes.
I love my mother, and have accepted everything from her. Even that she named me Charlotte, when it was not my original name.
Does it bother you?
No. Whoever I was when I was born, I am now Charlotte Ashbury. It hurts as much as it makes me proud to know that's the name my mother will read on my tombstone.
Your mother has walked this earth for much longer than you or I. She is wise, and we should not ignore her advice when we disagree with it.
But why shouldn't I be allowed to forge my own experience? There can't be only one righteous way to deal with eternity.
Tell me, Charlotte, how do you plan to achieve eternal life, since you've obviously given it a lot of thought?
I won't give up. You have no idea how determined I am, sir. I may contract a deadly disease. I may throw myself under a carriage, just to be saved by her sweet kiss.
That's a disturbing answer, young lady. And the worst part of it is, I know you speak the truth.
There are less dangerous ways, Doctor. Instead of throwing myself under a horse like Emily Davison, I could just throw myself into your arms.
Stop playing this game at once, Charlotte. This is unworthy of you, of your mother, and of myself.
I'm sorry, Dr. Reid. Please forgive me. That was stupid.
Do you need my medical attention, Charlotte?
I am fine, Dr. Reid.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.